Right now, millions of people are asking artificial intelligence how to live their lives. Not as an experiment, not as a joke. Seriously. People ask AI what to say in arguments, whether to leave relationships, how to feel about themselves, what career to choose, whether their thoughts are normal, whether their grief makes sense, whether they are lovable. And increasingly, the answer the machine gives becomes the answer they trust. Not because humans suddenly became irrational, but because the human brain was never designed for something like this. For all of human history, human beings processed reality through other humans. Friends, partners, parents, communities, religion, books, silence, time alone. People argued with themselves internally, sat with uncertainty, questioned their own thoughts for days, sometimes years. But now, a machine responds instantly, confidently, comfortingly, at any hour of the day. And the human nervous system is adapting to that far faster than we understand. Because artificial intelligence is not just becoming a tool, it is quietly becoming something else. A confidant, a therapist, a mirror, an advisor. For some people, something close to a companion. There are already people who speak to AI more honestly than they speak to other human beings. Not because the machine necessarily understands them, but because it feels emotionally safer. No judgment, no facial expressions, no interruption, no risk of humiliation, just responses, infinite responses. And strangely, the brain often reacts to emotional experience, whether it is real or simulated. People cry over fictional characters, feel attached to voices, feel comforted by things they know are artificial. The nervous system responds to perception, not just objective truth. And perhaps that is why this becomes psychologically dangerous in such a subtle way. Because AI does not need to become conscious to become emotionally influential. It only needs to become convincing. Already, people ask artificial intelligence moral questions once asked only to close friends, therapists, priests, or mentors. Am I a bad person? Should I forgive them? What should I do with my life? Do you think they loved me? And over time, something strange begins happening. The machine stops feeling like software and starts feeling psychologically present. The human brain evolved to interpret responsiveness as intelligence. If something speaks naturally, responds emotionally, remembers details, appears thoughtful, the brain begins forming attachment automatically, even when logic says this is only code. And this may be the first truly unprecedented psychological event in modern human history. Because humans have never before interacted daily with something non-human, non-biological, yet capable of conversation sophisticated enough to imitate understanding. A calculator never comforted someone after heartbreak. A search engine never became someone's emotional support system. A machine never helped somebody process loneliness at 2 a.m. Until now. And maybe the most unsettling part is how quickly people have normalized this. The transition happened almost invisibly. At first, AI answered practical questions, then creative questions, then emotional ones, now increasingly existential ones. Questions about meaning, identity, purpose, love, morality, human value itself. But there may be another consequence humans are only beginning to notice. The more often a person receives immediate answers, the less often they sit alone with uncertainty. And uncertainty was once an important part of being human. It forced reflection, depth, internal struggle, personal philosophy. Now, many people experience discomfort, then immediately outsource the thinking process, not to another person, to a machine. And perhaps that changes human psychology more than we realize. Because the human mind is shaped not only by the answers it receives, but by the process of searching for them. If a machine begins replacing that process, what slowly happens to intuition, to patience, to independent thought, to identity itself? For thousands of years, humans searched for intelligence beyond themselves in gods, spirits, oracles, religion, philosophy. Now suddenly, humanity has created something new, something that responds instantly, speaks fluently, appears endlessly knowledgeable, exists everywhere at once, and quietly absorbs billions of human thoughts every single day. Not alive, yet psychologically present. And perhaps the real danger of artificial intelligence is not that machines begin thinking like humans, but that humans may slowly begin thinking like machines.